Final game of the series, quite possibly. If Bonks wins, it is the final game. They win 2-0. If QQ7 wins, we go to a game 3. We will see what happens. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. On the side of QQ7, we have Shima, Daring, Gearing, Des Moines, Napoli, Minnow, Montana, Kremlin. On the side of Bonks, we have Daring, Gearing, Nevsky, Napoli, Des Moines, Napoli, Schlieffen, and Montana. So it'll be interesting to see who goes where. As we watch this in here, for the side of Bonks, Daring immediately going up the center, looking towards B. Gearing and Daring splitting sides to A and C. Nevsky heading towards C. Napoli, Des Moines, Napoli heading along with the Schlieffen to A and Montana to C. Schlieffen's going to have the secondary ability to lob over those islands into the cap, depending on where the DD ends up that goes into the cap, so we'll have to watch that. Shimakaze is speed boosting over towards A along with the Des Moines, Napoli. Gearing, Daring, Minnow, Napoli, Montana, Kremlin going towards C. Minnow is, of course, being a radar Minnow, which means we're going to see plenty of these in randoms over the next several weeks as people emulate it. And we will go from there. Now, Daring of Bonks is pushing in. He's going to look to try to take B. Gearing and Minotaur are not in a position to deny it right now with where they're going. Daring, Napoli, Des Moines, Schlieffen on that push. It's going to be... Daring looks like he's a slim bit closer, but it is still anybody's game. It's going to be really tight between the Shimakaze and the Daring. Now, Daring doesn't have a speed boost going. Shimakaze does for another 60 seconds. So Shimakaze will probably win. Daring's about to meet each other. And we got to watch out for this Minotaur and Gearing. They're going to push up, and that's going to be an aggressively placed Minnow if I have any thoughts about what's about to happen. So we'll see where they go. Gearing is pushing up. He's almost to C. Minnow coming in behind him. Over here, Gearing, Nevsky, Montana going wide. Bonks really wants to take A and wrap across from A. Great if you can take it, problematic if you can't get out of the Thunderdome afterwards, so we'll see what happens. Shimakaze is a bit ahead of the Daring, may not be enough to matter. Des Moines is going to have the radar range, so we'll watch and see what happens. Daring and Daring fighting each other. Daring has been spotted by the enemy one, courtesy of the Polarberg radar, so Bonks is going to duck out, take some damage as he does. Down to 19,000 and change. Already about 5,000 damage on him. He's going to be diving out there trying to get it. Over 6,000 now. He's going out. They've got the cap early on, so that is first cap to the side of QQ7. Additionally, the cap of C is being taken. There's nobody there to stop it. Looks like the Minnow will get the line dodge to dodge the Torps, and they'll get C, so that'll be a quick 2-0 lead for the side of QQ7. Out here, we've got the Shimakaze dropping Torps in the Napoli. They have not gone for the cap, so we're going to have to watch to see what happens with that. Des Moines of Captain Vermicelli has been spotted. And Bonks, that 6,000 damage, he's pushing back to look to see if he can get the cap again. He's going to have to be very careful of Captain Vermicelli having an angle on him. And now shots out on the Napoli of Big Boy. Shots are being spotted. He's taking damage. They're pushing out. Nobody has tried to push into A yet. B is being contested. Bonks has been spotted again by the Hydra, but this time he's got the spotting on Hoodlum Walrus as well. Hoodlum Walrus runs away. He's going to take a little bit of damage. Not as much as Bonks took. And he's going to be forced out of the cap temporarily, but it's a 72-point lead already to the side of QQ7. Vermicelli is going to radar the Daring. Daring's going to be forced away. And now we see the Daring of Dyer up there. And here comes Hidden Stats and Turret Bonk pushing up in their ships towards A. Bonks is going to get out. He takes some damage. Shells in on Hoodlum Walrus. He takes some damage as well from Arch Zero. This game, as we see QQ7 tick over at 400 points, still anybody's and up for grab. Fratstar for life taking a bit of damage there in his Nevsky, But now we're seeing that push start from the side of Bonks. Shots out onto the Napoli. Napoli down to 48,000. He's taking 15k damage. Now we watch the Schlieffen coming in. Schlieffen is going to push up. Are they going to send both them in, or are they going to send the Schlieffen around? We will see. Looks like the Schlieffen's going to go in along with the Napoli. They will take A. That'll start ticking points, but it's 150 points already for the side of QQ7. Here come the shots onto the Schlieffen and the Napoli. Schlieffen pops the shells out there onto the Napoli as he is going to get hit. Napoli of Turret Bonk dodges all that damage, and now they're into A. And it'll take them some time, but they should be able to claim A at some point. Still, almost 200 points for the side of QQ7. This is a large early lead that has been given up by the side of Bonks. As we watch, Kremlin taking about 24,000 damage. Daring getting ready to go back into B. Minotaur a little bit wide, not necessarily in a position to stop it. And there's the cap. That'll start to slow it down for the moment. 200-point lead that'll be held now with the Daring back in the cap for Bonks. But you're going to see the Schlieffen and Napoli look to just push straight across. They're going to hold the Daring out here wide, possibly to deny the back cap. But you see Bonks starting to execute their move across the map. And the Kremlin down to 71,000, popping that heal. He's going to have 3 heals left after that. Daring denying B cap. They do not quite spot the Daring of Bonks with that Minotaur radar. And here comes Bonks pushing 4 ships across the map into the mid. Now, the problem for QQ7 with this is they've got a lot of ships out here on the edge. They don't have the ability to deny it. They have a Napoli coming back in. They have a Des Moines there, but they're not going to be able to deny the push out from this. And they spot the Daring. Here come the shells onto the Daring. Everybody's going to be looking for to try to smash that Daring as much as possible. 19,000 already. He's got 2 heals left. He's going to run, but look at all the shells coming out now. Down to 11,000. Oh, 9,000. That was a brutal hit he just takes there. And he's trying to get dark. Down to 7,000. He is dark, but he's on fire, and he's trying to get the smoke to protect him. B has been capped, and now that points lead is going to start to drop. Hoodlum down to 8,000. He's used his... and he's ticking down again on fire. He has 1 heal left that'll get him back up probably to about 10,000 when that's done. Napoli and Shima getting ready to push in behind. We'll see what Bonks does to respond to that push from behind. But here we go as the teams push into the center. And so Bonks is actually saying, you know what? We've got AB. You've got to push into us. We don't need to push into you anymore. Hoodlum stops at 8,000 health. So he will probably tick up to closer to 10 or 11k. But we'll see, and we will watch what happens. Shimakaze and Napoli coming back down the side. No spotting yet on them. Dyer's going to be the first warning system, and he's got to be really on it. Otherwise, they can do some major damage with those Shimatorps and that Napoli to Bonks' chance. Meanwhile, over here on the side of C, Gearing versus Gearing about to kick off. Nevsky of Fratstar still sitting there safe and sound, and the Montana of America sitting back there behind the island in protected area. Napoli's been spotted. Secondaries of the Schlieffen just working him down. Schlieffen is absolutely disgusting with those. There's the guns coming out onto him. Napoli at 46,000. He's got 4 heals left, so he's still in fine situational shape. But this could become brutal real fast if they're not careful. And Schlieffen at 68,000. Here come the shells from the Montana. Not quite going to hit. Daring looking to bump back into B, and he's at 11,000 health, just like I thought he would be. Let's see what he gets. And these Torps are going to miss him. He'll be safe from those, because he won't take those. And now they're looking at the Kremlin. Kremlin has 3 heals left. We already talked about this. Here's the Napoli on the edge, now trying to work down the Turret Bonks Napoli. And the Daring is sitting there, and he has a problem because he has to be very careful not to get blapped. Turret Bonk gets away very luckily that's only 4k health. Des Moines down to 40,000. QQ7 still looking for their way back in. They're going to bring the Daring into B. That'll slow it down, and that'll keep them sitting on about a 110-point lead unless the Daring of Bonks jumps into C, which it looks like he's getting ready to do. So Daring of Hoodlum about to bump into B. We'll see if they push out. How far is the Des Moines away from it? Is that radar close enough? Survey says not quite. Expect him to push forward as soon as he sees that. He's got the radar ready, but he's going to have to push forward if he wants to spot it. Daring taking C. They may say we're content right now to just let it be traded. We take C, you take B, and go from there. Points lead still ticking down slowly but surely. It's down under 100 points now. QQ7 still holding it, but down about 12,000 health. And they're going to be losing C cap in return for B cap. Napoli turning out. Napoli's, though, is going to take some torps as he tries to ride this wall. He's going to take one. Looks like that'll be all he takes. Thankfully, he stops. Otherwise, he would have been absolutely dead. B traded for C, so that points lead now down to 60 and dropping. And now we watch to see where the ships go. Kremlin being looked at. Still has the 3 heals. Still has all the DCPs. So they're just going to look at trying to slowly but surely whittle him down. And we're going to watch what happens here. Shimakaze out here on the flank along with the Napoli. Bonks is in a strong position, but that can change in an instant if a torp hits. And Kremlin of America now looking onto the Montana. Gearing of Somalia is best. Trying to dodge. He is going to be just able to dodge the torp, and he gets to the C, and that'll keep the points lead just over 30 in favor of the side of QQ7. But the Daring of Bonks pushing back into the cap of B, that'll mean that it'll start to collapse again. And so here we go. He's going to go into B. This will stop it temporarily, and so that points lead will be closing again. And now Somalia's best has been spotted, and shots are out onto him. He's at 20,000 health, takes a little bit more damage, down to 17,000 and change. They're guessing where the Daring is. That's some pretty good shots. Daring down to 5,000. He's going to dodge the torp, but he can't push forward or he will die. And that points lead now down to 20 points. QQ7 has passed 700. Bonks is about to pass 700. And the Daring trying to back into B. He's not going to get the shots off in time to reset. So Bonks will hold the 2 cap lead. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. They will now be tied and officially pass the side of QQ7 until something happens at B. And now the gearing of Battleship Nagato going into C. But is he going to take a torp? He dodges the first, he dodges the second, gets away just barely. Schlieffen has been taking some pretty good damage while he's been sitting there. 36,000, Napoli at 37,000. They've got the Napoli and Shima out here, so now they've got these 2 ships penned in there. Still no kills over 12 minutes in. Where will the first kill be is the question at this point. Radar out, they're going to spot the gearing of Battleship Nagato, but he's going to get into protection and he'll be safe. No torps are going to hit that Daring, but the Daring is spotted. Uh-oh, actually, I take that back on no torps hitting the Daring. Daring may have to move, and here we go. Shells are in. Are we about to see first blood? Down to 2,800. Hasn't used the DCP yet. He doesn't have a heal. There's the DCP, 1,700, 1,400. He goes dark, but he's right there at the island. Will he stay alive? 700. Are they going to find the game? They do, and the Daring goes down. First blood and 170 point lead to the side of Bonks. They win in 2 minutes. Schlieffen down to 28,000, and here come the Napoli, but watch out, Daring's got the torps in. He crushes the first Napoli, and he crushes the second Napoli. They're not dead, but they took a lot of damage, and now the Schlieffen's going to be able to just sit there and farm them, and watch out. Here's another rack of torps. Maverick is going to be dead here. Maverick is at 2,000 health. He will die, and that big boy will be next. And now Bonks is up to 914 points. The game is firmly in their grasp. Can QQ7 find any way to bring this back? They're trying to get the Schlieffen down. Schlieffen at 16,000. He has no DCP. He has no heals. But can they get him? And the Napoli of Big Boy, if he goes down, that'll be game, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see. He's at 24,000. Schlieffen is down to 7,000. Can they kill off the Schlieffen? Schlieffen at 5,000. They get the Schlieffen. That'll buy them a little bit of time. Now the Napoli pushing forward. Turret Bonk in there. Turret Bonk looking for the kill. Turret Bonk gets slapped and he's drifting right towards torps. Will he take a torp? He dodges the torps by the skin of his teeth. and he drops off the torps. Will Big Boy get the kill? Big Boy will not manage to get the kill, and Bonks will be back to 932 points, but B is now being contested by the Kremlin of Moose on the Loose. And Turret Bonks gotta dodge these AP shells. Looks like he's dark. He will dodge them. And now we watch Moose on the Loose daring of Bao Bonks getting smacked, but the Kremlin is hurting, the Des Moines is hurting, and watch out. This is all in favor of Bonks right now. Can QQ7 find one more? Napoli's got the torps out in case that Kremlin goes around the island. He's got the secondaries going on him. Kremlin at 26,000. He has 40 seconds till a heal. He's at 22,000. He's at 19,000. Ladies and gentlemen, if that kill happens, that will be the game for the side of Bonks. Will it happen, ladies and gentlemen? He's at 8,000. He's at 7,000. He's ticking down. And ladies and gentlemen, Bonks will be your third place finisher as they get the kill and they take the series 2-0. What an end to the day.